All right, welcome back to the Ja Life channel. I am, of course, Ja, and as you are aware by now, we are working toward the 100 live guitar practice streams. So today marks day 69. So thank you so much to anyone who's joining my journey. I greatly do appreciate that. And yeah, let's just see how good we can get. At the end of these 100 days, let's see how comfortable we are with this instrument. And as always, you know me by now. I like to challenge you and invite you to pick up the guitar and challenge yourself, or at least get out your notebook and pen and write some things down. Write down some of these exercises that I hand out. Write down some of the things that I say that maybe a light bulb goes off in your head. Trying to watch some of these other YouTubers and guitarists that are professionals already. Sometimes they kind of forget how to explain some things to an absolute beginner. So hopefully I say something that has a light bulb go off in your head. But I challenge you to pick up the guitar and follow along. So today, as you can see, we were going to get into caged chords and more strumming. So trying to get my rhythm down with strumming. I don't have very good rhythm, so trying to get the strumming down. And then I also just want to continue repping out and practicing those those caged chords, those the C shape, A shape, G shape, if I can do them with my fingers, E shape, and the D shape. It's hard to do it when you don't actually have strings to go to. You're just doing it in the air. But yeah, practicing those caged CAGED chords, with the bar, so that way we can, play those play those chords throughout the entirety of the neck of the guitar. So there's only a couple of them. Once you get the C chord here with the bar, it's the same thing here, it's the same thing here, it's the same thing here. So it's just a couple positions that we need to practice, but we want to make sure we're practicing them right, or else when it's heat of the moment and time to go to a bar chord in a song, might muffle some things. So we got to get the repetition in now behind closed doors when people aren't really watching. So all right, let's go ahead. Let's start with the C because it's gauge chord. So let's just go in order so that way we don't forget any. Okay, then if we want to do the bar C chord, let's do it here, for example, on this E chord. Let's try this F chord here. Okay. This hoodie doesn't allow my skin to grip the guitar. Everything's slipping around. See, it's not ringing out properly. I'm sure you can hear that. So that's why we got to practice these. All right, I can go to the C shape here. No problem. But then if I need to make a C shape down here, for example, on this E chord, it's not ringing out that well just yet. So let's keep repping that in. And let's see here. This stool, I don't like this stool either. It's hard to sit on this tiny little hard wooden stool. All right. And then this actual chair over here has arms on the side of it. So it has arms on the side of the chair. The guitar, this fat piece that sits, off the side of my leg here, hits the arms of the chair. So I don't really have a very good spot. That's why I'm typically standing in my videos. But I thought with this video, being some caged chord practice, I would do some slap thigh drills where really helps build that muscle memory and get the arm back to where it needs to be. I'm going to roll this sleeve up actually so my skin can grip something on the guitar. I think that helps. And then while we're doing these, I know my strumming's sounding, different from time to time, but the goal is to actually, I've got some strumming patterns up here on another screen, and I'm trying to stay within those. You got like 4 different ones, but trying to stay within those strumming patterns so that way it's not just random all the time. We got the 1, 2, 3, 4 slap. We need to slap drill too. We're working on a lot of things at once. We're working on the caged chords. We're working on slapping the thigh to build the muscle memory. We're working on the strumming, so that way we're building the rhythm with our right hand and understanding how to, repeat a pattern. So that way it's not, 2 downstrokes the first time around, and 3 downstrokes, and then, 1 downstroke, and it needs to be the same. 2 downstrokes, 2 upstrokes, 2 downstrokes, 2 upstrokes, or 3 downstrokes, 1 upstroke, downstroke, upstroke, 3 downstrokes, 1 upstroke, downstroke, upstroke. But it has to be, a pattern to it. So working on lots of things all at once. See how long it takes? To get the fingers in place, get them on the right string. No, that's not going to make a muffled sound when you're not used to the hand making that shape, So when you come around to learn a new chord, learn a new shape, it takes a second. You don't just do it one time and be like, okay, yeah, I get it. Your hand you might remember what to do with the hand, but to do it efficiently, to do it smoothly, it takes lots of practice. That's why Michael Jordan shot so many shots and he missed so many shots, right? Those missed shots were failed attempts. But it took all those failed attempts for him to make the big ones that mattered. So just keep repping it out. Keep practicing. it out if the arm starts to hurt. Trying to just slide a little half step there. Doesn't seem too hard, but it is. Yeah, all these muscles in the hand and stuff kind of cramp up. Just doing like 2 or 3 of them. And it's just like, wow, all of these muscles here are not used to holding, a weird shape with your fingers and having all of this, tension and pulled tight, So it's okay if you start to learn a new chord and you're like, oh, wait a minute, it's a little difficult or the muscles ache. But just listen to the body. That's what I always try to, say with working out and stuff too, like being in a gym, doing bench press, doing like, weights and things like that. But same with the guitar, really. It's, it's about listening to your body. I know that, for example, that pain that I was just feeling was more of a muscle pain, like it's working out, right? Like it's getting fatigued and it's getting tired. Whereas, there's certain G shapes that I'll make with a bar, these caged G shapes here that I'll get into in a second because I'm still only on C, but I'm just jumping ahead. So once we get to these G chords, once I get down here, I've started realizing that my wrist here gets really kinked up. And this pain is not like a muscle pain. This is like a tendon or ligament or, something that shouldn't be, painful for too long. So I always stress and, recommend just listen to your body. You know when you need to stop and shake it out. When you need to not just stop and shake it out, but to, either move on to a completely different exercise or even put down the guitar, for an hour or the day even, it just depends, right? You got to listen to your own body. Only you know how you really feel, right? Just don't make excuses. Don't use that as a way to get out. But just listen to yourself, be honest. All right. So we're repping out those C shapes with the bar. E chord, G chord, E chord, F chord, I mean, E chord, G chord. trying to find that fine tune, my bar, my index finger that does the barring. I've noticed that on the third string, it's like it's falling right in that crease. You know, we have that knuckle that kind of bends there. It's falling like right in there. And if I move it slightly up, I'm now playing the low E string rather than muting the low E string. If I move it down, it's really uncomfortable. So I'm just trying to, again, as I say, make those micro adjustments, calibrate your body, calibrate your hands, get everything in sync. So that's all I'm trying to do there. So you see me or hear me take a pause, I'm just kind of staring at things. It's because I'm thinking, I'm learning. I was, either dumbfounded by something or I just learned something and I'm like, focused in, trying to make sure, am I really understanding this right? Did a light bulb really just go off or am I, so sometimes I'm just taking a second and just looking at the thing and learning, letting the brain waves fire. All right, it's a pretty good amount with the C chord there. Let's bounce over into the A chord, right? That's next in the CAGED chords, C-A-G-E-D. We just ripped out a lot of the C bar chords. Now let's do a lot of A bar chords. All right, because we got the A here. Using the free index, these three fingers are crammed together, and the thumb is coming over the top to mute that low E string. Okay, but then when you come down here and you start barring things, at first I was trying to cram these three fingers all into the same space and put that bar down. And if it's like on the third fret, maybe I can do it. But then as it starts getting further and further down, these frets start getting, more narrow and more narrow. So then I have to, rather than keeping these three fingers crammed together because they won't fit, it just won't fit. I have, kind of short, stubby hands, for a man, 5'10". So I don't know, not super massive hands, but kind of sausagey little fingers. So anyways, this finger has been the bar, right? Now I'm starting to train and figure out how to use the ring finger as a bar chord also. So rather than having these three fingers all crammed together, all, in the same area, I'll use one ring finger to bar, three chords, three strings. So let's see. Let's go down here to this like D. So I use like the ring finger here. Use like the ring finger to bar three of them. Not the high E string. You want to leave that one alone. You don't want this ring finger to be laying on top of that. It's kind of tough. You got to calibrate the fingers to just, be like that, to where it's scooping up and it's not touching that high E string. See how it kind of curves up there at the bottom? So you use this bar a half step or a whole step away, and then you use your ring. Your middle and your pinky aren't doing anything, but then you can kind of slide in that same position anywhere you want, and you're playing a major chord, So that's what we're doing here. So the tough part with this one, with the ring finger, trying to train the ring finger to be a bar chord now, can get a little difficult. So just gotta fine tune that finger. So let's go ahead and throw some down. But then every now and then do the arpeggio, broken chord, one string at a time, to make sure that high E string is actually getting played and that ring finger isn't muffling it, right? So you don't want that ring finger to be muffling it nor playing it. It needs to be completely, elevated above that string. So that's the interesting with the A's. I don't think they're too hard. I think the G bar chords are the hardest. G, and then the C. And then after that, I'd say the A is probably the A and E. That's right. All right. That's that A shape, but with the bar chord. Rather than jamming these three fingers together, I just use the ring finger to bar the second, third, and fourth strings. All right. A little bit more on this A. Just want to make sure they're clean. The slap drill really helps build the muscle memory and dexterity for the hand to quickly get back to the shape that it needs to make. I just shaved, so my face is a little itchy. Probably these hairs coming around and tickling me. That ring was muting that first string. There we go. Should be ringing it out. All right, that's enough of those A's, especially when it's one of my better ones. Let's go ahead and switch over to those G's, those dreadful G's. I don't know how many I'll do of these, especially down here. Down here is my hand, my wrist gets a little kinked up. And then up here, there's a really far stretch. So there's really just a sweet spot kind of in here. But like A through C notes, A through C sharp notes. Let's see, here's an A. It's going to be a bar away. See, that's the hard part. It's not a bar right next to it. It's a bar a whole step away from the closest finger. Yeah, these G's are terrible. I'm sure eventually I'll get decent at them, but I'm sure it'll be the last one of the caged chords that I actually feel confident with, feel comfortable with. right, and that's enough G practice for the day. I can just already feel it like cramping up in the outside of this wrist here. So no thanks. Don't want to cause damage to myself. I want to be able to, play some more tomorrow, play some more, the day after that. I don't want to hurt myself and be out. So not worth it. So now we're going to practice those lovely E chord here. But we're going to do it with the bar chord, so that way it's the caged chords. And I guess just real quick before I get into that, since we're roughly at the halfway mark of the video, I just wanted to remind you guys that if you subscribe to the channel, it makes it easier to find my content in the future, so that way you can come back and continue being inspired to challenge yourself and keep picking up your instrument. Or you can just follow just to, be curious on how I'm doing. You want to compare and see how good I am today at day 69 versus, when I complete at day 100. Maybe you want to subscribe, so that way it's easier to find my content in the future. Also, make sure you check out the pinned comment section below for like a written out detailed explanation of the exercises that I'm doing for each 1 hour practice stream. Always check out that pinned comment section below. That always gives a little detailed explanation of what's going on. Then also leave a comment of your own. If you have any comments about the video, about the sound, about the colors, about how it looks, about how the instrument sounds, anything at all. If you have anything about the lesson of the day, today is caged chords and strumming. If you have any feedback on the cage system yourself, or any strumming patterns or anything like that that you'd like to hand over and give to me for my practice, I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm sure all the other people that come along will love to see your comments too. So make sure you comment below. It gets a community of like mind speaking, so that's always appreciated. That was another big reason to kind of start a YouTube channel, is to find other people, find friends that are interested in the same things. So please, friends, comment below. Also hit the like button to help a friend out. That would be much appreciated. It really does tell the YouTube algorithm that, hey, people seriously like this, and we should probably push this video to some other people and at least suggest it, see if they would like to watch it. So please hit that like button just to help a friend out for all the time, energy, commitment, courage, things like that go into these things. So, and yeah, last but not least, I guess let's just go ahead and get back into it, right? That's why we're really here. It's to play the instrument, not to have these little sales pitches. But I had to throw that out there. Looking for some subscribers, some comments, some likes, things like that. So that's always appreciated. But now let's get into the E bar chords. Pretty simple. It's really easy because the bar isn't a whole step away. It's just right next to it. It's just a half step away. strap falling off my shoulder. Guess I don't want the strap on my shoulder. I don't know. Just falling off, so heck with it. Doesn't sound pretty. As I slide around, I don't stay. How do I want to say that? As I slide around, the string kind of wobbles and moves around on the finger. So as I slide and get to a different position, and I slide and get to a different position, and I slide back and get to another position, that whole time I can't keep my fingers in the same exact position. It doesn't slide evenly. Like with the E chord, E bar chord here, as I slide this one around, I can kind of keep the fingers relatively, the spacing between each finger, the alignment of each finger, relatively, in sync. With some of these other bar chords, I need practice moving around and sliding, so that way the fingers are trained and know how to stay, equidistant apart the entire time. Okay. All right. The D bar chord. It's not too bad. I'd say it's the third. I'd say E is the easiest. A bar chord is the second easiest. D is middle ground. C is kind of hard. And G is really hard. As the bar chords. Let's go ahead and play some of these bar D chords to build that repetition in, to get that understanding of what it's like to play a D chord with these three fingers rather than these three fingers. I need that index, that way I can bar. This darn strap. Bring you back up here, buddy. All right. More of those D bars. doing the slap drill so I can get this D drill, this D chord mastered, this D shape mastered with the bar. All right, now need to rep this up. Can't just be majors all the time. Need to rep out these other minors. See how hard it is to slide, even with a very simple shape like this, like with the, F minor and G minor. If it's difficult to slide and stop accurately, right where you want to stop, right next to that fret, if it's difficult to, do that with a simple shape, don't beat yourself up when it's a difficult shape like the C bar chord or the G bar chord and you're trying to slide around and sound good. Just takes a while. So just keep sticking with it. We've been repping out the regular chords up here. We started to learn the CAGED chords, and just what the shape is and how, what to do with the fingers. And now we're just trying to rep it out and trying to build that memory bank in our head as well as the memory bank in our fingers. That way they know, what shape do I need to make? Oh, you want the C bar chord? Okay, I'll do that for you. So we're just trying to train everything, get it all calibrated. So now that we've kind of ran through the CAGED chords, C-A-G-E-D, we ran through those 5 different chords. I did start, as I kind of was working through those, I started realizing I was mainly focused on the major CAGED chords. There's some minor CAGED chords as well, with the A minor shape, with the D minor shape, and with the E minor shape. So I need to rep those out. Next time I do the CAGED chords, I'll be sure to incorporate those minors as well, because that is important, right? We just want to be versatile. We don't want to be like, oh, do you know how to play a C chord? Oh yeah, just right here, right? That's the only spot you can play a C chord. No, I want to be versatile. I want to be able to play, the C chord here. I just want to know that. I want to know that there's another C chord here, So I just want to be versatile, able to play things in multiple ways. So that's all this 100 days is about, just bonding with the guitar, just getting comfortable with it, just kind of moving around, just crawling, right? Just getting the, I don't know, I always try to think of little analogies, but like as a baby, you're not just going to be saying, Mama, Dada, I want some food, a couple weeks in. No, it takes a long time, right? You gotta crawl, you gotta stumble, you gotta, sound things out. You gotta figure it all out. So it just takes time. So be kind to yourself, be patient with yourself, and just keep putting that time in, and don't tell yourself it's going to be an hour every day. Trick yourself. Don't psychologically, screw yourself over and say that you need an hour and a half of practice every day. No, just tell yourself you need 15 minutes. If those 15 minutes only stay at 15 minutes, okay, fine, you got 15 minutes in. If those 15 minutes boil over and you're having fun or you lose track of time and maybe you don't get as much time to scroll through social media that evening or watch a Netflix show, But who needs that anyways, right? That's getting you nowhere. You got extra time in with this. So trick yourself. Tell yourself you only need 15 minutes. If it boils over, great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. At least you got your time in though, right? So trick your brain. It's all right. Now, these last few minutes, sorry, I just want to get into some strumming. That whole time I was kind of focused on the cage. I was trying to do the strumming at the same time. But as you know, if you're trying an instrument, for the first time, it's hard to, think and do multiple things all at once and juggle all of these things. So I'm going to kind of mute these strings now, and I'm just going to work on my strumming patterns. So one of the strumming patterns is just a very simple 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 but I want it to be in sync and in time. I don't want some of them to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. See how the timing was all goofy there? No, I want it to be in time. I need to start practicing with a metronome. I think when I get done with this 100-day challenge and doing this on YouTube and stuff, I think I'll start that, get a metronome out, start getting my timing better. I don't want to do a metronome on these live things. As one, I'd have to, get one set up, get an app, buy something, whatever, get online and find one. And just that ticking, I didn't know how that would be on YouTube. So I didn't really want to deal with that at this time, but definitely something I'll be getting into once I'm done with the initial 100-day challenge. And I'm practicing, some more offline and things like that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, just very, very, very basic, I know, but it's very, very, very important that we practice just the simplest of things, right? You can go Google or YouTube, best strumming patterns, sure, yeah, but if you can't even do that every time and hit the strings, because sometimes I do it still, I do it often, I'll go to swipe down and I want to hit it up, but I miss it. I completely just miss it. So again, we have to, just get that understanding. How close do I need to be, or how far back? Do you really want to strike those strings, or do you just want to kind of graze over those strings? It all sounds different. So, just fine tuning those things. So again, although it's a simple pattern, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You're counting also, you're saying things in your head. You're saying the numbers. You're saying the word and on your upstrokes. You're getting that timing. So let's do another pattern. Down, down, up, up, down. But there's like I don't know how to say it, but there's like a pause there. It's like down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. Some people will throw an extra up in there. It'd be down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, up. See, they end on that upstroke. So you can throw in that extra upstroke, or you could just end on that previous downstroke. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. And slow it down. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 extra up in there. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Let me start over. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Ending on those upstrokes. Sometimes I close my eyes. It just helps me visualize because it allows everything to be black, right? I'm blocking everything out. I don't have any other inputs visually. I've got enough inputs. I want my ears to do it, to figure things out, right? I don't want my eyes to, find the strings. I don't want my other senses to be involved. I don't want to be seeing, this screen over here and that light over there and, my phone over there lighting up and, I just don't want to see those things. So sometimes it's just, best to just block it out. And I can see the pattern in my brain, in my memory. Whatever works for you, right? Oh yeah, what's that one? Down, up, smack up. My smack suck, clearly. I'll have to watch some videos on this. It's supposed to be down, up, smack, up, or down, up, smack, down, but the smack part is trash. I don't know, that slap thing, I'll have to watch some videos and get a little bit better technique on that. But I noticed once I started ringing them out, it didn't sound as bad, but the feel, just as my hands are hitting the strings, do I do it with a fist and hit the tops of my knuckles? Do I kind of open up my hand? I can't open up my hand all the way because I'll drop the pick. So I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. If anyone has any tips on slapping or smacking, palm muting, whatever that technique is called, please let me know in the comments below. I'd appreciate that. But that's going to be a wrap on today's 1 hour practice session. That's CAGED chords and some more strumming. So I just wanted to rep those things in there for an hour, get some more practice in, and yeah. So thank you all so much for joining. I greatly do appreciate that. You all know that. We are on day 69. So 69 is now in the books. That completes 9 full weeks, right? The next video will be video 70, which will be, 10 full weeks. So we just completed 9 full weeks. So that's pretty exciting. Moving into week 10. So excited. We'll have 69 is complete. We'll move into 70. We got 70 and 30 more videos. And let's see how good we can get. So as always, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. That's always appreciated. I feel blessed when I see, my friends and other people, subscribing and following along. That means a lot to me. So thank you. Also, comment below. Get a community of like minds speaking about music, about guitar, about the aesthetics, about the sound, whatever. I appreciate all, feedback and constructive criticism to help me grow and learn. So please leave a comment below. That's always appreciated. Also, hit the like button just to help a friend out, please. Might as well. You already watched this long. Hit the like button. Thank you. There's probably some floating videos on the screen now. Go ahead and click this one to see my entire catalog of the 100 days I'm building. And this one will be the subsequent video in the series. I'd appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Until next time, till the next video, take care of yourself and each other. I love you. Peace out. I'll see you in the next video. I'll be waiting to see you there. Peace.